Hey everyone, it is great to be talking with you. This is a very long overdue video. A handful of months ago, I posted a video showing the progress that my wife and I have had in the picnic business that we started. And this is a follow-up to that to show you our 1-year results that we achieved from this luxury picnic business. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna share with you the exact numbers of how much money we brought in and give you a few tips and insights along the way. So as some of you might know, my wife and I started a luxury picnic business at the start of 2021. And it was quite an adventure. We had a lot of ups and downs, but overall, I'd say it was a pretty fun year and we got some pretty decent results. So I just want to put that out there for you now of what exactly we accomplished so you can get an idea for what is possible with a luxury picnic business. So let's go straight to the numbers. In the year of 2021, we brought in $18,886.71 of revenue. We calculated $8,129 of that to be profit, and that's with us having over $7,000 worth of inventory that we invested into for the business in the future. The nice thing about a business like this is once you have the inventory, the cost of goods, the cost of producing an event or putting on a picnic are very low. So you can see that there's only a few $1,000s worth of expenses that, kind of went out the window and chipped away at the profit. Because if we calculate in the cost of the inventory, we could easily sell our inventory now for over $7,000. And that would put us, more around the $15,000 mark of profit if we ever needed to liquidate that. So we tried to tally up the total number of events we did. We think we are at 46 for the year of 2020. Most of those events were in the first half of the year, because in the first half of the year, we were mainly focused on doing picnics, and picnics were, a couple $100 price point and took a couple hours, and we could knock a few of those out in a day on a weekend. But in the latter half of the year, we actually shifted our focus to weddings and dinner parties and custom parties. And we did that because it actually meant we could do less events with generating more revenue. You really just have to figure out what you like to do the most. With our schedules and our lives, we thought it was best if we could do higher paying events that do take more prep work, but take less time from us out in the field actually putting on the events. Because rather doing a few picnics every weekend, we could do a dinner party every other week or once a month and achieve the same results with how much money we brought in. Some people might like doing more frequent events and having multiple picnics a week, but we have young children and other ventures that we're part of that took a lot of our time, and so it was very inconvenient for us to do several events a week, which is why we kind of made that shift into doing the larger events less frequently. Something I do want to mention before I get into some tips is that we did operate this very part-time. As I mentioned, we have other things that take up a lot of our time, and so this was a very part-time venture for us, and those were the results we achieved with a very part-time venture. Now, I don't say that to do any justification for our numbers or anything like that. Our numbers are what they are. We're pretty satisfied with what it is for the time that we put in. But I say that just so you can realize that if you are going to go into this and you have the time and drive to put in more of a full-time effort, you can easily see much bigger numbers than this and generate more revenue and more profit, and possibly make this to where it's more of a full-time job or business for you. In fact, we know multiple people in the industry, and we know people who do operate this as their full-time job or career, whatever you want to call it. And they're pretty successful in doing so because it's all they focus on. And when you put all your focus on it, obviously you can get much greater results than even what we got here. There are a few things that we learned in this process that I think would be great to share with you, because I know that many of my recent subscribers are looking to start a luxury picnic business, and some of you already have one. So here's some things that we learned. It is okay and actually good to make pivots in your business. A pivot in your business does not mean that you failed. Very rarely does a business get things right on their very first try. It's not going to be often that someone thinks of an idea in their head of exactly what they want a business to be like, and then they go and put it in the market and it fits perfectly and it generates tons of income without any tweaks being made to it. I mean, this is truly, business is like a science experiment. You've got to put what you came up with in your mind in the lab and put it out in the real world and see how it reacts with the world, see how people react with it and what people think of it, see how much income it brings in. So I guess just don't be afraid to make pivots, just like we made the pivot from focusing on the luxury picnics to the dinner parties and the weddings. That proved out very fruitful for us. If you make these pivots, you may find that you're able to generate a lot more money. And beyond that, you may also find that you start focusing on things that you like more than what you originally started focusing on. So always, always be willing to pivot and make experiments in your business. On a similar note, don't limit yourself to your original vision. Be bold in trying ideas. I think it's important that you try to generate ideas constantly and go for them. Try them quick and try them thoroughly so you can see if they actually work. Be creative with it. This is how you're going to differentiate yourself from the competition, because you can bring ideas to the table that somebody else is not going to think of, or at least not going to execute in the same way that you do. Not all of them will work, but this is how you find some winners. For example, we came up with this idea to do this luxury float down a nearby river, and we were going to provide a picnic on the float, and they could just eat their picnic and float down the river, and it was going to be this experience. And long story short, it failed. The big river float we had popped very quick on the overhanging trees because it was way too tall for the river. And yeah, we sunk a few $100s into that, but you know, we still got some good pictures for it, and I'm glad we did it because you never know what's going to work, and it's honestly just kind of fun trying new ideas. So that's been our side project for this past year. That's the update I have for you. And like I said, it's been fun, it's been difficult. There are some recent updates of some pretty big things that have been happening in relation to our business, and I plan on giving you an update on that in a video very, very soon. I also have some other ventures that I am working on and starting very soon, and I'm going to be posting videos on that. So please stay tuned and follow. Even if it's luxury picnics specifically that you're interested in, I promise you'll get value by watching me go through these other ventures. What I try to do is document the process of what I'm doing with businesses as I'm going through it, because I think there's way too many people out there who post the results of their business only after they're completely done with the business and they found success. I want to show you what I'm doing while I'm in the trenches, and hopefully you can get some good value with that, and it can help you with the businesses that you are currently working on. So please remember to subscribe and like. Thank you so much for watching, and I really am looking forward to sharing more content with you soon.